Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, experiences, and much more to share with all of us. I will make the argument that they're here sharing their hearts with us. High vibe, high frequency. A lot of these folks are healers, or at least holding presence for the rest of us to help us open up, awaken to our own inner external realities, our unique life path, and more. Today, coming to us no longer from the tri state area, but down in Maryland, Erica Tait. She had an incredible near death experience, opened up massively, is exactly the type of person who's helping others to relax, slow down, get out of what they know, get out of thinking into their heart. She does psychotherapy work, LCSW. Um, and you can find her at Quantum Psychotherapy Group, I believe.com, but I'll get that in the notes of the video. Erica, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you had something incredible, not that you would want to go through that again, by the GW Bridge, Palisades, tri-state area. Before we get to that, can you describe childhood for us? Were you already attuned to nature, seeing loving beings, completely attuned to the universe? How do you want to describe your childhood? Then did you run away from those intuitive skills for a little while? How did this all unfold?
Yeah, I remember when I was really young, I I was just in love with love. I would just be dancing outside in my backyard, kind of just yeah, like reaching out for love. And and I remember this other time I was in bed one morning and Uh, I had my teeth under my pillow because, tooth fairy. And I remember that morning I saw these two white orbs above my bed and and then they went out the window and I ran to my dad and I said like, Daddy, Daddy, I just saw the tooth fairy. Like I think that was a tooth fairy. And he kind of was like, What are you talking about? And um now I think that's what I would consider angels or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but um after that things changed a lot, family dynamics and lots of trauma, honestly, in childhood, ton of it. And so I became super closed off, super insecure in my head all the time. Um Yeah, pretty depressed, all the things. And then I think once I turned about 15 or 16 years old, I started to use substances, drugs and alcohol, and that led me down a deep, dark path into addiction.
Let's flash forward. After university, describe sort of the years leading up to, you did a lot of hiking, climbing, stuff like that. And one day by the GW Bridge, you had a very specific climb. Take us a little bit to that time just before it happened, then what happened?
Yeah. Well, I was about to leave for Peace Corps actually, and I was doing a lot of solo hikes around that time to kind of like get my mind straight, get off the drug. I was trying to get off drugs. I wasn't getting off of them, but I was trying, and I was trying to just like, yeah, get myself in a healthier space before I left. And so, yeah, I'd go on all these solo hikes, and that one day, um, I woke up with a really strong sensation in the belly, which I now know is intuition, but there was a strong, like, I guess there was guidance that something big was about to happen.
Okay, and tell us a little bit. It was at the Palisades just north of the GW Bridge.
Yeah, it was. And it's called yeah, Palisades Cliffs, right at its State Line Lookout.
Mm.
And the actual waterfall that I fell off of is called Peanut Leap Falls. And yeah, but the day that I fell off, there was no water. It was dried up.
Wow. Okay, now it happens. What was your first conscious moment? Was it rescuers? Was it just in trouble? You couldn't reach a cell phone? Was it not even that? Were you on the other side? There are some beautiful shows you've been on, and I'm going to try to find the link of that show and put it in because you've given some incredible interviews and shared a lot. We don't have to get into all those details if you don't want, because I'd love to get into your current outlook on the universe, life, how we can all slow down more to appreciate
Mm,
more in the present moment. But let's just, what was extraordinary as time sort of went whoop, and you were experiencing something else?
yeah, I mean, the mo it started with me just leaving my body. Like after at the bottom of the cliffs, like I I separated from my body and recognized that, oh, there's something that survives death. Oh, there's something that's actually not Erica. Um, that is still, there's still somewhat of a consciousness here and somewhat of an identity, but it's not, it's not in the same way that I felt before. And so that was pretty profound. And and then from there, the life review, like seeing my life flash before my eyes is a big deal. Um, and especially, I was living so out of alignment at the time. And so to really see clearly like what we're actually here for and like what it means to be living out of alignment and what the consequences are of that and how it actually impacts what happens next to us. That was pretty important. And then of course the white light that that so many people call that people speak to in ND that have NDEs and um can call it pure consciousness, spirit, source, God, um, that which is within everything. Um, the me actually coming to into deep union with that uh was I think the most important part of my experience.
Today, looking back, because each month that goes by, each year that goes by, hopefully it's just more expanded perspective and, remembering as much as you can. Um, how would you like to look at the top three, not lessons learned, but three takeaways that you love trying to reflect to others? Because they're so simple. What are the three biggest takeaways today, looking back at that experience and how profoundly it's shifted everything for you?
One, that death is safe, basically that it's not the end, that there's something that continues on beyond this physical body. The second is that karma is real, that that what we do in this life like actually does have impact and actually does um come back to us. And that's not just the bad, it's like the good too. Like there's so much good that we do also on a daily basis that is also helpful. So and that it's like completely an objective process. And I think part, the third one is that we're actually beyond this like illusion of separation and we're actually one. We're actually one being. We're actually one thing. And there actually is no separation. And I mean, that's a hard thing to teach about unless someone has a direct experience, you know? Um, but it is something that was extremely impactful for my NDE.
Since then to now, have you had a couple of very specific dream time experiences or someone else's dog where you're playing with the dog and you connected so fully. I mean, you were communicating, or just a stranger on the street, sparkly eyes, says just what you needed to hear. You turn, they're gone, but it was an important moment. Have you had something you want to share since then that's been the universe stepping in to say hi all over again, or just intense in a loving way?
Yeah, I would say that stuff happens so regularly to me that like it's hard to even think of. I mean, I can try to think of something specific, but like yeah. Let's see.
I'll buy time and just remind the audience to please share, like, comment, subscribe. And if you're shy, an emoji works. We might take a few steps towards the end of the show in about 20 minutes or so, and light some sage, put up one angel, and maybe energy between Texas and Maryland. But otherwise, also first ever super chat. Unfortunately, it wasn't during a live thing, but somebody just appreciated a short. And in 3 years, I've never gotten a super chat, so I had to say that. Okay, Erica, is it a Dreamtime thing? Was it animals? Was it people walking into a tea shop? You felt everything and everyone. What do you want to share?
I want to share, I think, one of the most profound experiences I've had since then was I was at a meditation retreat, a Vipassana retreat, and I had um, I was sitting on a bench after a particularly strong meditation, and I was sitting on a bench, and there was this leaf at the right by my foot, and it was almost like it was see-through, and I took the leaf with me. And at the end of the retreat, I showed, it felt significant. And I showed the teacher the leaf at the end. And, the meditation center is a Buddhist meditation center. And I showed the leaf to the teacher, and he like took it out of my hand and was like, "Where did you find this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's by the bench over there." And he was like, This is a Bodhi tree leaf. This is like the tree that the Buddha gained enlightenment under." And I was like, he said, "We don't have any Bodhi trees here." And I, yeah, so that felt like a taste of a miracle. And I've had it framed on my altar for 10 years now as the center altarpiece. So yeah, that's a taste of an extraordinary experience that tends to happen. I find synchronicities tend to happen like this so regularly when we're really open and attuned to forces greater than us. Like when we actually remember that there's something happening here beyond our thinking mind, actually, this stuff comes up pretty regularly.
I'm going to give you three quotes. It could be Einstein, Gary Zukav, Carl Jung, Winnie the Pooh, a Buddhist teacher somewhere. I'm going to give you three quotes. Um, and if I could get a reaction from you, you can pick one, you can pick all three, you can go completely creative. But here's the first one. It will be a Winnie the Pooh quote for the first one. Some people talk to animals, not many listen, though. That's the problem. And I would add that's the opportunity for growth for us all. I'm going to do a Gary Zukav quote since I mentioned him as well. You change the way that you shape the light which is flowing through you by changing your consciousness. And then I've got 18 pages of quotes. So I'm going to randomly thumb through here. Okay. Oh, Dull Knife, a Native American chief on the other side, said, "Feel what you feel, do not judge."
Mm. I feel the second one.
You shape the light that's flowing through you by you change the way that you shape the light which is flowing through you by changing your consciousness. Gary Zukav, Seed of the Soul.
Yeah,
Tell us a little more.
yeah. I'd say that that's actually what's happening here on the deepest level is actually this light, right? Like the light that I saw even during my NDE. It's like the light, it's here. Everything is made of that. And depending on each of our personal consciousnesses, it expresses differently. And the more that we give attention to our personal consciousness, the more clear of a vessel we become for that light.
Can we do a completely impromptu? I mean, this is really easy. It's like being at a concert right now, solely at your end. If you don't mind going, I'll call it kumbaya, but it can be off camera. Just put your hands out a little bit. Anything that's not a normal, just seated with your hands crossed or anything. Just breathe, relax. Can you let the universe come in right now? Love, unconditional love, universal consciousness, Christ consciousness, anything you want to call it, source. But a few figures too, like Buddha, Thich Nhat Hanh, a few angels, throw in anybody else. Oh, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi. And if you want to catch temple incense, whether it's a Buddhist temple, Indian temple, it doesn't matter, exotic temple incense, just you're like, wow, whoa, cool. And if you don't mind, one more thing, just a talking point out of it. Out of all of it, you get a push in a direction where you're like, oh, yeah, good idea. And did you get a little incense?
Mhm.
I didn't do it. Blame angels. Don't blame Canada. Okay. Um, oh, tell us what the incense is like, and then absolutely let it fly. Your heart is just absolutely revved up. It's like a Ferrari. And you've been doing this a long time, and you are definitely holding space for others. So this is really cool to have you on the show. Thank you for being here. What type of incense was it, or did you, I mean, or was it just exotic?
Exotic. I wouldn't know what the incense it yeah, I don't know the names of them, but it's definitely strong and it's a potent smell.
Good. Where do you want to take us? This is more of a spin the twister wheel, and it's blue right now, or you can take us pink, yellow. I don't know what the colors are in Twister.
Yeah, for some reason mindfulness is coming in actually, which is quite simple and quite basic, but I feel like the Buddha's here. So it sounds like yeah, the importance of bringing our attention to the really or the ordinary little moments that are here in the present at any given time. And how when we give our full attention to the seat that we're on, the spoon in our hand, the drink on our lips, that just for that moment, we are we're not suffering because suffering actually originates in the mind, the thinking mind. And so when we can be absolutely present, we find a way out of the suffering. And it's nothing big or extraordinary. We don't have to meditate for hours or talk to angels to escape suffering. To escape suffering, all we need to do is just be totally present with here and now.
Ordinary mind, extraordinary heart, no ordinary moments. I'm borrowing from some different directions. With your permission, I'll put my hand up in Texas, only love and above, not my bill paying side or thinking side. And with your permission, if you could put your hand up in Maryland, just see if you can feel a flow or at least a tingle or some warmth. And what are you feeling? And I'll tell one dad joke. What's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips.
I'm feeling a rush of energy move into my hand.
Okay, and my microphone's down here. I'm gonna only blow once, just push, but we're bringing in angels, Buddha, just loving consciousness. And I'll do this once, just feel what you can feel, but I'll blow here and catch a little sea breeze. If you have a favorite ocean, Rehoboth, Delray, Hawaii, Seychelles, wherever. Here we go. It's up to you, and it's up to them. Did you get a little extra?
I did.
Okay, good enough. And with your permission, I'll put up just two or three photos. I'll put up Joy, I'll put up Audrey Hepburn, and then Buddha if you want. It'll be a drawing of Buddha. But you might get golden flecks of light around you. You might get a little extra, and hopefully you're getting a topic from one or all three. Is that okay if I just put up three quick photos to get what you can get? Definitely get a hug. If you want to get a topic, get something private, get a compliment, get encouragement, hear what you should do for lunch tomorrow. It could be anything tall, big, little, left, right. But here's an angel named Joy. Feel what you want to feel. If you want to get sparkles down your back, catch flowers in the room. If you definitely want to get a topic, or you want to go full psychic medium, which I already think you're plugged in, what message would she have for humanity, for all of us? What should we remember more daily? And what does she say?
To come into the heart. That's it.
Awesome. I love it. That's brilliant. Oh, and I said Audrey Hepburn. Okay, so Audrey Hepburn. She's an angel, and if folks at home want to hit pause and go play music, classical, sing in the shower, hug the dog, walk the dog, just don't be up here. You can see the photo move, and you can catch perfume from Europe. But here's Audrey. She's fun, and if you're really bold, have her put her elegant, half graceful, half sparkle in the moment hand on your back, and you'll get lit. Like you're in the ocean, waist deep, and a wave comes by and lifts you 1 inch off the sand and drops you gently back. She's got amazing gentle light that can come right through your whole being. What's her reminder for us all? And I'll try to hold it steady. Sorry.
Be gentle with yourself.
And Buddha's A-okay. You already mentioned Buddha, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm walking in a Target, and for a couple of years, I was really nervous about Buddha. I mean, it's a big figure, and I'm not like studied in Buddhism and everything else. So this is a sign hanging above the book section in Targets. They're cardboard mostly. So this is Buddha's first time talking to me. This is like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. This is Buddha the first time talking to me, and it was Buddha, but I wasn't going to be able to handle, and I'll show you a formal looking Buddha. And I didn't go fleeing out of the store. And it wasn't, most people see, when they see Buddha, it's an 18 to 36-year-old golden figure of light. That one I never try to predict, but I had somebody see him as, I don't know, it was like a 28-year-old or something. I have no idea what age. Okay, here's Buddha. It's just a representation. But if you don't mind going absolutely wild, Erica Tate, you can catch a little bit of golden glitter. Yeah, glitter in the room around you. You do not have to vacuum later or call Stanley Carpet Cleaners. And 2 days later, we're getting a mean note. You'll never come on the show again. It's just a lot of compassion, a lot of light. And if you don't mind catching different incense this time, or petals, or those metal things that blow in the wind and make music at temples, whatever they're called, chimes sort of things, and get something very personal. You're not going to share it out loud, but then if you don't mind catching a mantra or a simple reminder for us all, if you could walk away with that, and we'll get you talking in a second. And anybody at home who needs extra help, you can put your hand on your heart or just 1 millimeter breathing through the mouth. If the shoulders are going up and down, if you're a professional nose breather, so be it. That's about 1 out of 20 people. But for the rest of you, just breathe a little extra, shoulders going up and down like bellows, and you're just giving yourself a 5 to 10% boost, like a 1970s stereo receiver, those big knobs. Turn it 1 millimeter, and Boston Journey is cranking in the house. Okay,
Did
Erica
you?
Tate, did you get something from Buddha? Did you get an experience? Did you smell something, feel something, get a little glitter? What'd you get?
Yeah, I felt a rush of energy from my root all the way to the crown, and what it spoke to was how that actually suffering is the way, turning towards suffering is the way out, and that we're all trying to escape it, and that's wise, but it's the turning towards it that is actually what needs to happen.
Can you describe your practice today? You have a formal practice for psychotherapy that's very much very specific lanes and structure. But can people come to you to develop their intuitive skills?
Yeah, I think I'm a spiritual psychotherapist, so I do have a strong foot in both realms, in both worlds. And so I really meet I meet anyone where they're at, and some people come with me to me for that. Yeah, they're here for the spiritual journey. They're here to develop their intuition. They're here to to grow and expand their consciousness. And then some people come and they're just like, I'm really suffering and I need some help. And I can meet them there too. And usually those people that do come to me that are really, really suffering, they come initially to just feel okay and then and then we initiate the spiritual journey from there.
Hmm. All right, we're gonna ask a geographic question. I haven't done one of these in like 70 episodes or so, or more, hundreds of episodes. Where around the world are you kind of pulled to? It doesn't mean you've gone yet, or you just got back from. What has really resonated for you? Australia, Asia, Pacific Islands, water, geography-wise, still in the Mid-Atlantic, New England region. Can you address that?
Yeah, I've been really called to Southeast Asia. I think I definitely have a lot of past lives as a monk, I think. So, I think that that's a thing. So Southeast Asia, and then also South America, um, and like sh my shamanic roots too. It's like I think there's a my soul has strong connection to both Buddhism and shamanism.
Ooh. With your permission, I'd love to put up a historic photo of Chögyam Trungpa Rinpoche. I'm finally pronouncing it correctly after 10 years of saying Rinpoche. But it's a young photo of him. He escaped Tibet and he's was in India, passed away in the mid to late 80s. Here he is. You can catch something from him if you want to hear those Tibetan deep, oh my God, I don't know what I'm saying, deep booming sounds, the horn things. Or if you close your eyes, you can see a Tibetan wheel, or he'll bring you a vision from a mountaintop. Anybody who needs extra help, breathe through the mouth, shoulders up and down, and you'll even get more flavor rippling through your light field. But Chogyam Trungpa will share something private with you and then get something for public consumption for all of us. I was an idiot back like 14 years ago when I met him. I was like, hey, that's a mouthful as a name. Is there anything else we can call you? He said, call me Gentle Frank, which I thought was really cute. And what do you get? Did you feel a little extra energy? Did you get a cool Tibetan taste? And not to get you the travel bug and you got to get going now, but
Yeah, I heard I heard that, it said stillness on there, but there was something that was like it's both about stillness and simplicity.
and I had one last figure, and then we're going to have you start to wrap us up for today. I'll read you a couple of, I think, cool sentences from Collective Group of Angels, and it should spark you up to deliver more info for us. But I did want to offer Jaguar Spirit. When I say it, it's not really spirit animal. Jaguar is like Jaguar Mama, Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call it. Can I put up a photo of a jaguar for you and get you going? Okay. And if you do off camera, want to put your hand out. So instead of having a dog right there, you can feel her fur, but it's going to be short and wiry. The tiger from India, this guy, it's soft and shampooed. Maybe we can just pause for a second. This is the one the Divine Mother rides on, and it'll be soft, shampooed fur, and obviously a little higher up in the room. He's action, action, action on your team. You can even feel purring, totally friendly, but pure action, very good for protection. Here's something from him directly. And then if you close your eyes, you get a vision of a trip that's still in the cards for you, the future. And he'll be there, so will many others. And I'll buy time. I've got a Paisley Labradoodle in the background there by the Peloton bike. She's got a pink bow on, if anybody's seeing. Oh, she just laid down. She's off the camera. And then what'd you get from the tiger? I think it's Durga. I never get any names and terminology correct, but what'd you get?
Your anger is sacred.
Ooh, so everything is useful.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaguar is promised, and then we're gonna have you start to close us out. With Jaguar, you can kind of cheat and have Jaguar suggest a topic, but I have three different photos of Jaguar. Um, I don't know with this one, I'm gonna how to say it. Sitting, but go ahead and feel what you can feel. And if you want to start to smell the jungles of Latin America, or at least a little wind in the room when it's totally impossible. And I'm going to do one more real quick before we get you to talk. Here's Jaguar crossing a river, fluidity. And now what are you getting that you can share? I'll show one more that puts it all together. But what are you getting right now?
To use the body to bring heaven to earth.
Oh my God, total poetry. Okay, now this one you should be like, wow, cool. At least I'm saying it. And if you'll close your eyes, you'll have Jaguar share a very special personal something with you. Might be her rainbow light. If you would breathe extra on this one, this is big. She'll share maybe her rainbow light. I'm not going to speak for her. Get an extra, what do we say? Just volume turned up for a light. And what's her message for everyone out there?
Rest is as important as doing.
Nice. Okay, as promised, a quick sentence or two or three. And then I'd love to have you close us out. And I'm going to offer you the opportunity to give us a mantra, but preferably one you've never said before. And if it's short and sweet and you're comfortable, say it 3 times to allow people to feel your vibe there in Maryland. So here's this. I'll read something in just a second, and then we'll get your reaction. And then a mantra if it's okay. Breathe more fully, feel the universe, absorb insight from within, relax and learn. Awaken to a bigger reality. Give and share love, understand in your own way, at your pace, that everything really is connected and you are unique. What's your reaction to that?
It's such a just full yes. Like it just is like, yeah, that is exactly true. That's it.
I love it. And then do you have one more favorite figure? I'll try to name somebody. Thich Nhat Hanh, Kuan Yin. I have a Jin whose East Asian mysticism talks like this, except it'll sound like a Brooklyn accent, not Asian. I told the dogs not to go in the garden. And he's just everything East Asian mysticism. Do you have a favorite figure? Elvis, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad? It could be anybody. Can we bring them in and help them influence your mantra suggestion?
Yeah, Mary Magdalene.
Oh, okay. So just close your eyes and put your hands out. Off camera's fine. Have her come in, at least put her hands on your shoulder, maybe one in each hand. And you just might get pink or purple, red. I don't know how to say it, magenta something. You might get a lot of light. Just saying hello. And at home, you guys can do this. Just breathe extra. And I'm going to tell one dad joke, not to take away from the sacred spiritual aspect of it all, but the fruits and vegetables decide to throw a nighttime garden party, string up the nightlights, hire the best DJ in Baltimore. In the middle of the party, a very excited carrot jumps up on a stool and yells, "Let us turn up the beat." Laughter is love. If you're letting go, you're breathing more, you're flowing more, you're glowing more. I bought as much time as I could. Erica Tait, what are you getting from Mary Magdalene?
That the divine is in your own heart. The divine is in your own heart. The divine is in your own heart, within your own heart.
Erica Tait, what a wonderful appearance here. Thank you for sharing your love, your presence with all of us. You're always invited back anytime you'd like to be on. And I've really appreciated you coming on so soon and sharing what you shared.
Yeah, thank you. This has been fun.